Hey everybody, it's Matt over at CDRK, and we're gonna get Bubsy, another one? So they're calling this one Bubsy 4D. They are actually embracing the classics. Like, I've got the SNES version right here. It's one of my favorites. And they're embracing that horrible 3D game that they did, which basically killed the franchise. This thing had a cartoon. This thing had, like, everything they could possibly launch a mascot with, and that 3D game destroyed it. Atari is, like, leading the charge on this thing. They apparently want to be, like, the go-to source for retro games, which is really cool. I'm glad that they're taking that leadership stance. Now, I do think that, like, that's really neat where they're changing all the costumes and you can play as the 3D, failed 3D Bubsy. That's really neat. I am not sure what to think about this here, but Bubsy did throw out a little line there. I did mute it and it said Atari. I didn't know they were still around. And a lot of people don't. They're still making Atari 2600 games. They just started launching those again with the Atari 2600 Plus. But this one, Switch, Switch 2, Xbox, PS5, PS4, Steam, Epic Game Store, GOG, it's going everywhere. I'm really not sure what to think about this game yet, but we've got some more gameplay to check out. Right, so here is the first gameplay video. This came from the developer's X page. It says level 1-1 Woolly Outskirts. This is beta, it says, beta 1.0. So this is probably going to change a lot. Like, I really, like, when I was talking about where I don't know if this is low poly or something, like this particular scene right here, this looks like the low poly aesthetic. This feels like a Dreamcast or a Sega Saturn game right here, but other parts of the game don't. So maybe this is work in progress, but this is the log flume thing. This was in the very first game. This was in the Super Nintendo game and the Genesis game, where you would basically go through different paths and everything and get power-ups and travel throughout the level on those logs. I think it looks like a competent platformer. I've got one more section to check out. All right, for this one, X really didn't want to cooperate. Everything is a lot lower res than I'd like it to be, but we're getting a chance to see all the things that you can chain together to do, like, motion, and to have Bubsy travel through the levels and maybe skip over a few things if you want to get that speedrunner feel. And I can't possibly believe that this is a near finished level. So we're really at the beginning of this thing. Like, this part of the level feels so much more finished. But that said, I wish I could risk letting the music play on the video because it is a classic version of the SNES first level, but I'm very wary of copyright and everything. I'm fascinated by this particular version of Bubsy. Bubsy went to 3D and died, and I've seen a lot of people talk positively about this thing on social media. What do you guys think? Is this something that you would give a try to? I feel like Bubsy has burned a lot of retro players, but there is a fan base out there for the first game and maybe the second. Let me know what you guys think. I'm very cautiously optimistic. I'd like this to be good. Bye everyone.